Prince Harry has such a cheek that he is now piling the pressure on Catherine, the Princess of Wales, to step in and try and save his failing. Not understanding that it's over, brother. It is gone.
The issue that always concerned Prince Harry, that he would be overshadowed by his brother's children, is coming to effect because George is looking every inch very handsome.
Go on feeling sort of jealous of George, which is not very nice at all anyway, is it? It's horrible to be jealous of a young child who's full of being brought up very, very well and enjoying life.
And Harry have been evicted. And judging by recent events, they're handling it with all the dignity of Meghan pushing Dr. Sophie Chandorka aside at the charity polo match.
Harry doesn't have William's phone number anymore. And even if he got it, William wouldn't pick up. That Prince Harry doesn't even have William's phone number anymore. That is of course a mortifying revelation for the Duke of Delusion, especially given Wakeford goes on to say that even if he did, Prince William would not pick up. So now Harry's doing something that has crossed a line for a lot of people. He's going through back channels, pressuring Catherine, the woman he spent years attacking, to step in and fix everything for him. And her answer tells you exactly where this is headed. Again is piling the pressure on Catherine, who really has done nothing wrong during all of this and found herself completely unfairly attacked, and this idea that in some way it's her responsibility to sort this situation out. I just don't really feel it is. Let's be clear about what Harry is doing here. According to Dan Wakeford, former editor of People magazine and US Weekly, Harry has been quietly working through sources and intermediaries to put the pressure on Catherine. He wants her to talk to William, to soften him, to open the door that Harry himself slammed shut, not a public apology, not a phone call, not him doing the work. He wants Catherine to carry it. This new reporting has emerged from Dan Wakeford. That is interesting to me because remember, for a long time, we've spoken about this before, he was the editor of People magazine and US Weekly, which operated as a propagandist effectively for Harry and Meghan. These days, he tries to take both sides of the argument. Prince Harry has such a cheek that he is now piling the pressure on Catherine, the Princess of Wales, to step in and try and save his failing relationship with Prince William. Not understanding that it's over, brother. It is gone. Finito, just accept it. Think about that for a second. This is the same Catherine who spent years trying to keep peace between the two brothers. She was, by every account, the last senior royal who still held out hope that this could be repaired. The most emotionally generous member of the family, as Wakeford himself described her. She put herself in the middle when nobody asked her to because she believed as a mother that the brothers should have a relationship. The only person capable of moving him past it. The only person who has the ability to always get through to William is Kate, a source tells Celebrity Intelligence, but it's unclear whether she really wants him to. She feels as a mother that the two brothers should have a relationship, but her personal feelings for Harry are conflicted. Now, the royal author Christopher Anderson, who I don't think is a credible source, I'm just going to be honest about that, but Dan Wakeford is quoting him, saying that in his new book, he reported that Kate was the last senior royal to hold out hope for a reconciliation. And what did she get in return? Harry let his wife go on television and claimed Catherine made her cry, when multiple sources confirmed it was the other way around. He let the Sussex squad rip her apart online during her cancer treatment. He wrote about her private moments in Spare, and he allowed Omid Scobie's book to name her as the royal who allegedly asked questions about Archie's skin color. A claim so damaging the book had to be pulped. A second insider who knows Harry is direct about his consequences. He regrets certain accusations he made because they made mending things with his brother quite literally impossible. Spare exposed enough family betrayals to keep the British press occupied for years. Harry accusing William of physically attacking him during a 2019 argument over Meghan mocking William's hair loss, characterizing their brotherly appearances at William's wedding as a PR exercise. Through the worst period of Catherine's life, the attacks from Harry's side never let up. Not once. So it should come as no surprise that Christopher Anderson's new book confirms what many suspected. Catherine is done. And the moment she reached that decision is revealing. It wasn't even about something Harry did to her directly. It was that BBC interview, the one where he talked about King Charles's cancer and said, "I don't know how much longer my father has." Speculating publicly about the king's mortality while both Charles and Catherine were battling cancer and confronting their own survival. He reported that Kate was the last senior royal to hold out hope for a reconciliation, but that Harry's public comments about King Charles's cancer diagnosis were her final straw. Wakeford writes, "The picture that emerges is of a family in which the most emotionally generous member finally ran out of patience, and the most instinctively decisive member had already drawn his lines." That was it. That was the line. She heard it and walked away for good. A palace source didn't sugarcoat it. William was fuming about what Harry wrote about Catherine in Spare. He's fiercely protective of her, and will find it hard to ever move past it. And here's the part that makes this deeply personal. William believes that stress played a role in Catherine's cancer. But it is what Harry wrote about Kate that has proved the most enduring damage. A palace source is unambiguous. William was fuming, but was particularly upset about what Harry said about Kate. He is fiercely protective of her, and will find it hard to ever get over it and have a proper relationship with his brother again, which makes Kate, according to Wakeford, the most complicated figure in this entire equation. So when Harry puts pressure on her to mediate, William doesn't just see it as selfish. He sees it as reckless. He sees it as a direct threat to her health. And the pattern keeps repeating. Harry did the exact same thing with Charles a couple of months ago, leaking through a source that he'd be willing to accept a Sandringham invite, but only if Meghan and the kids came, only with full taxpayer-funded security, and only if he approved the guest list first. And perhaps the only really annoying thing that is semi-new in this is that you are correct that Harry is once again going through back channels, putting the onus on someone else to kind of make the overtures. It's the same thing he did with King Charles a couple months ago, when he let it be known through a source, wink friend wink, that he would be happy to accept an invitation to Sandra, but of course he would only go if his wife and kids were there, and that, oh yeah, and if there's full security paid for by people like me. It's always conditions, always demands, always someone else expected to do the heavy lifting while Harry stamps his feet in the background. Catherine's response this time, nothing. Complete silence. But losing Catherine's support isn't even the worst of Harry's problems right now, because someone who isn't even a teenager yet is making him completely irrelevant. Harry's wish list, like, oh God, maybe Catherine can get through to my brother. Catherine, can you do this? And doing it through sources, friends, whatnot. It's I call baloney on it. It's just really Harry stamping his feet, and playing wish list again. It's absolutely obnoxious. Not to mention, here's the deal. We all know people who have had cancer or who may not be here anymore because of cancer. And we also know their number one enemy is stress. Yes. So why would you invite stress again? I want you to sit with this one for a moment. Andrew Morton, Princess Diana's biographer, confirmed this week what many had suspected for a long time. Harry's deep fear of being overshadowed by William's children is now playing out in real time. Prince George turns 13 next month. He's heading into secondary school this September. He's growing into a young man who already carries himself like a future king. The public can't get enough of him. And according to Morton, Harry is watching all of this unfold with something closer to dread than pride. Prince Harry's meltdown over his new biggest fear, being overshadowed by his own nephew. Yeah, that's right. Prince George, who isn't even a teenager yet, is living rent-free in Harry's head. Because Harry knows as he gets older, as the hairline thins ever more, as his rants become far less charming, as his little jokes no longer hit in the same way. Let me tell you, mate, it's just a reality. I've been in your 40s. Don't I know it? But the real bombshell came from someone who knows Harry far better than Morton does. Angela Lean, the woman who spent extensive time with Harry for his biography, who sat with him privately and listened to him open up, revealed what Harry told her back in 2017. It's on page 2 of her book. His exact words,